Yo, what's up, guys? It's Billy Hauser here. Just making a quick video about, no matter what your end goal is, always put your head down and master what the task at hand is. For example, let's say you had to take up a job so you could save some money to invest in something that's more important to you. Master that job. Master what you're doing right now at all costs, right? There's no reason to half-ass anything that you're doing in your life. If you're going to be spending X hours, I have to block the sun or it's a crazy glare. If you're going to be spending, X hours a week, 40, 50 hours a week, learning and doing something to support the rest of your life, always remember that everything that you do is building a skill in some area, right? Everything that you do is building a skill in some area that will benefit you in the future. So if you half-ass anything, then you are retracting from your life those experiences and the skill building that then can be used in the future for whatever the end game goal you have is, whatever that big end dream is, right? When you really start getting the momentum, now this is a hypothesis because I'm too young to have experienced this yet, but what my hypothesis is as we go forward in life, right, and we get closer and closer to that end goal, we're going to be pulling from our minds and from our bodies all of the past experiences that we had leading up to that point. Steve Jobs once said in his Stanford commencement speech that everything that he learned in college, especially his class in calligraphy, which seemed entirely irrelevant at the moment when he took the course, ended up being integral parts of building Apple computers. Why is that? Because calligraphy is what helped him create the typeface for the Mac, for the early Mac. So everything that you're learning right now are all things that will be connected in the future, right? And that's where real trust and faith comes in. If you're not a spiritual, if you're not a religious person, I should say, realize that all of the experiences, every single skill and development that you make in your early years will be reflected in your performance in the future. So the more, I don't care how off your current job seems from your end goal. If you want to be a big musician, right, and currently you're doing a sales job, there are so many things you can learn from your current sales job if you approach it with a positive, improvement-based mindset, right? Are you trying to tell me that being a musician is not also being a salesperson? No, it is. All the musicians are the best salespeople. They sell themselves through their music. They sell their name. They sell their brand. They sell themselves to record labels. They sell themselves to venues, to their bandmates for wanting to be in the same band as them. You are constantly selling yourself as a musician, right? You are constantly selling yourself for really a lot of jobs. And that's why I say, like, sales jobs are really one of those rare types of jobs where you can really learn the skin and grit of entrepreneurship, which is so important in today's economy, right? Especially if you want to do something creative and unique. You have to have entrepreneurial traits, right? And that's why I think it's so important to look at what you're doing right now, no matter how far off it seems from your end goal, why it's so important for you to master and reflect on what you're doing every day, right? Because right now you are learning skills. No matter what anyone tells you, you are learning skills that will be applied to that end goal, but you can't lose track of the end goal, right? And this is where writing your goals comes in, right? This is why I write down my goals 2 times a day. Now the past week I haven't done that. I've only done it 1 time a day in the morning, which is better than nothing, right? So what does this do for me? Well, when I write down my goals every morning and I know I got to put my head down in the work that I'm currently doing, I don't get wrapped up, right? I don't wrap my identity up in what I'm doing, which is so important because this is where I think a lot of people get trapped in jobs that they hate, right? They learn that, okay, I'm going to have to do this job to earn the money that I need to become the musician that I want to become, or whatever it is, whatever other job that you want to be doing, in the future. What happens is people accrue bills, right? They have to pay bills, and then they take on a job to pay those bills. And they say, okay, in the future, this is just temporary because in the future, I'm going to be doing something way bigger and better than this and in a different industry, right? Then what happens? They start doing good at this new job where they're making the money that they need. They start doing good at this new job, and they become so entrenched in it because they get wrapped up with the goals of the people around them, the managers, the CEO, that wants all employees to just focus on the company and growing the company, that your mind gets warped from what your real goals are into what the goals of those around you are, right? And what happens is over time, you actually lose track of what the end goal was for you in the first place, why you took that job in the first place, what that last step on the staircase should be for you, right? Writing down your goals is so important. And if you keep your eyes on that end prize, on the end prizes, you should have multiple of them. I write down around 18 to 20 goals at any given time, right? And these are huge goals. These are not achievable SMART goals by any means. These goals are, oh my God, so annoying. These goals are things that excite me. They're what I call my natural form of a stimulant, right? So when I read my goals, I get excited, which is awesome, right? And it allows me to wrap myself up in what I'm doing in the moment because I'm always reminded of where this is bringing me, right? Always be aware of the why. Why are you focusing in on this moment? And another thing too is you want to build respect at all points during your life. And if you're just going and doing the minimal tasks and being average at your job, no one's going to respect you, and you're not going to build up a positive reputation where you work. People love people who are hard workers, right? They will judge you in the beginning, but as the results start flowing in, they will respect you. And it should be another goal of yours to achieve respect at whatever it is you're doing now, okay? And I think that there's a multitude of reasons why I'm a huge proponent of doing of really just immersing yourself into whatever it is you're doing right now, no matter what the end goal is, right? Jesus Christ. Yeah. So let's all try to become more immersed and more productive with what we do every day, no matter how far off it seems from our end goal. And let's always remind ourselves of why that end goal is our end goal. All right, hopefully I'll find something to fix this for next time. All right, have a good day, guys.